We are recording.
Okay, so this is the November 28th Divvy community meeting. It is 10 a.m. Eastern. Actually, it is 10:04 a.m. Eastern. We're going to try to finish this up by 11 because we think there might be a holochain dig life meeting at 11 o'clock. So that's our target. And we will begin with the usual excitements and frustrations, and Jim will start.
There's just too many excitements. It's good to see a lot of things happening in the design of the social ledger, but there's a lot of practical problems in just using what we have today effectively, and setting up links between channels in Mattermost, and then we'll be entering the social ledger communities to link those channels across communities, which will build the structure of all our collaborations into the social ledger. Frustrations,
okay.
Well, like the thing users are clamoring for most right now is a global search in Mattermost. And that's programming, and I'd really like to get somebody else to do the programming. I haven't been able to get anybody yet. Well, maybe I haven't advertised it well. But, so today I hope to get channels set up to Divvy and Dig Life between Mattermost and MetaMaps and Dig Life. That's about it.
Okay, Gary?
Yes, I agree with Jim. There are a lot of reasons to be excited. I'm excited about the number of people that are joining the R-Chain Telegram channel. And I don't quite know what direction that's going to go, but the Telegram connection is something that's exciting me lately. Frustrations, same frustrations as always. Everybody is spread too thin over too many exciting projects, and so I would like to see the network effect happening somewhere that goes more in the direction that we would like to see things go.
All right, and for myself, let's see, what am I excited about? Nothing particular in the Divvy world. At least not at the moment. I've really been too busy with non-Divvy stuff. I need to clone myself.
Yeah.
guess that's what I'm frustrated about. Cloning technology is not where it needs to be yet. Yeah.
Yeah, I know exactly how you feel there. And, the other projects that, that some of us are involved in, or Divvy, make them sort of Divvy projects, even though they're not under the Divvy umbrella, so to speak. They're crypto and they're decentralization and whatever.
All right. Well, let's move on to hot topics. I'm going to carry this first topic over from last week, and we're not going to spend a lot of time on it. But Jim, I didn't look at the list today. Are any of the people on this list? Did you get any of these guys? I know you said you got one or two more. Were these any of the ones you got?
Can you share your screen?
Oh, sorry. Well, do you have the agenda up?
No, I don't.
Let me give you the agenda link. Let's see. Chat.
I figured we didn't really have agendas for this meeting.
Well, it's not so much an agenda as minutes. I mean, the agenda is
right.
The only thing in the agenda are the headings for frustrations, excitements, topics of discussion, and impressions of the meeting.
On these bounties that you are offering, Bob, you said $25, and of course we're calling that 25 tokens, but we agreed somewhere to stop talking about tokens being equivalent with money.
Right. Well, that's why I just left it at 25 tokens. I will add that our managers meeting yesterday failed to achieve a quorum, so we still have not approved this. So the Bob will speak with Divvy managers to recommend a bounty. That's still an action item.
Okay, I see what you're saying.
Yeah.
Well, my thought was on these, what if we create a contract in the social ledger to pay these 25 tokens to anyone who can co-sign the contract with any one of these members, Joe Blankenship, Killian Kuntz, Patrick McGuire, so on and so forth, both as a way to get them to give us an Ether address where we can send them what they're owed, but also as a way to showcase the social ledger.
It sounds like a good idea, but before you jump into building that, let's make sure the Divvy managers approve the bounty in the first place. But as far as a mechanism for delivering the bounty, sure. In fact, I think any practice any of us have with writing contracts to do this stuff would be a good thing. So,
Jim,
a little bit difficult, but
but you mentioned one time that the type of contracts we're doing here with Social Ledger have a specific name. Do you know what I'm referring to?
Social contracts?
No, you called them something else. But my idea is not to make these contracts actually crypto payable, but just as a proof that the action we want to happen has been taken, and so the person that co-signs with any one of these eight people will get the bounty, and then the people will get what's owed to them, right? And in fact, if these people,
it wouldn't be exactly automated at this point. But
well, I don't know that it needs to be automated, since
right.
Proof of concept.
It's a process. This is the thing. The social ledger is totally agnostic to how it's used. It just provides the capabilities. So we can certainly do something like this. And
okay, well, I'll give it a shot, and then I'll
that's awesome.
I will let both of you look at it and decide on where we go with it.
All right. Well, like I said, if you want to start working on the mechanics of it, fine, but do not put anything into place, or do not promise anybody anything until the managers have approved the bounty in the first place.
I think the only thing that has to be done is the activities have to be defined in the channels for each of these people on the list. And then
The activities have to be defined in the channel.
All right. Well, you know what? Think about it again. Don't do anything. Just plan it out. Figure out how you do it.
All right.
Okay.
And then Jim, we need to get one more manager on board, and we can, either say yes or no to this. So.
Yeah, and
if HJ or Leah come on,
we can put the tasks up there without any promise of anything, just to get them in place.
All right.
You just have to figure out what channel. I guess we can make a channel.
Well, it doesn't matter where we put it, because we're going to have to direct people to it to get the contracts acted upon.
Right.
Right.
Yeah, it's probably going to have to be in the Divvy Mattermost.
Okay.
So we can meet on that after this meeting sometime, to finalize how that's going to be done.
Okay.
All right. So what else do you want to talk about? Jim, it sounded like you wanted to talk about bridges. You're on mute, Jim.
I think the hot topics are cooperations. I also thought that bringing up Telegram was a relevant thing, in that Telegram is in many ways a technology that we should be using, because it's a Twitter replacement, a Slack replacement. It's very, very general. And I set up a bridge between the ArtChain Telegram group and a channel in the ArtChain Mattermost, a Telegram channel in the ArtChain Mattermost, so that the activity.
Which Telegram channel?
ArtChain.
ArtChain Co-op, right?
ArtChain Co-op official, right? And then in the ArtChain.DivvyDAO.net, that's the current ArtChain Mattermost. It's the Telegram Bridge channel. And it's Jimbot there because the other bot is the Eon bot. So I made mine Jimbot to distinguish it from the Eon bot. In all the others, in the Holochain Mattermost and in DigLife and in Divvy DAO, it will be BridgeBot. And BridgeBot can be used by any of us, but we have to share the password in order to.
So if I were to run some of these bridges on a dedicated computer, do you recommend that I get a new computer or just any old computer that I can install Linux on?
Any old computer, whether it's Windows or Linux, we don't care.
Oh, you don't even care about that. That's good, because I resist having to learn Linux again.
Yeah. Matterbridge can be run anywhere, and it links anything with anything.
Okay. Well, I've got several computers at my lake house, and I won't be going back out there until after the 8th.
No.
But
yeah, we can run them on divvydow.org for now.
But we can't do that forever, and that would be something that I would enjoy attending to. And
yeah, well, we want to decentralize. We want to get off their cloud.
Whose cloud?
Them.
Well, yeah, okay, yeah, well, yeah, we want to get off the centralized cloud.
Right.
Yeah, you need to be careful, though. I mean, if you're running, Gary, if you're running these out of your house,
I am.
Yeah, all it takes is especially if you said your lake house. If you're going to run them if you're running out of some place that you're not physically at attendance, do you want to have to commit to like running out to your lake house to reboot machines because you had a power glitch?
That's an excellent point.
That's one reason using a cloud-based server for this sort of thing has an advantage. In that you don't have to worry about physically keeping the things running.
Yeah, well, I guess there's two classes of bridges that you make. One is a bridge for yourself,
right?
So that
which is, yes, the bridges for yourself are quite useful too.
Right, you want to listen to certain channels somewhere on some network, and you want to get all the stuff in one place.
Yes.
Right.
And that would be the sort of thing that you would have to do on Telegram to make effective use of it, in my humble opinion.
I don't know. People are using Telegram as a replacement for Twitter. And, I think that is a good thing. And the fact that it works so well as a Twitter replacement really shows the range of its applicability. People join groups they're interested in, and in each group they meet new people, and they point each other to other groups they're interested in. And
well, Jim, let me just.
People are saying that it's really high quality content. Now, my experience so far in the R chain is that it's pretty noisy.
It's way too noisy.
Yeah, it's not what so.
But I have found, as I migrate to channels that I have interest in, I'm able to move on to higher quality channels where the noise level isn't nearly as high. But my concern about this is no different than any other. What do they call them? The chat rooms that we used to have back in the 90s?
IRC?
IRC, yeah. I don't see how it's that much different from IRC, and IRC went straight to hell.
Well, I wouldn't say that. What do you mean?
Well, it found use in very limited applications, but as a general type of platform, I don't see it I don't really see it.
It's used by, I guess, a segment of the techie community, but it's largely supplanted, and Matrix and actually the Cisco product, whatever they call it. Well, I guess it's Jabber, but yeah, none of those have taken off. Okay, and I think because of the decentralized nature of them, that they want to sell us something else. They don't want to sell us that.
Right.
I mean, chat ops has taken off, but even that seems to be somehow suppressed. I mean, it's really exciting what's happening with chat ops. It's basically commands like /dig. Puts you in control of your world. You do all your system management from wherever you are, right in the communication. You do the work right in the channel where you're talking about it.
Yeah, and that's kind of where we're trying to go with the social ledger.
Absolutely. And another reason I want to get the /dig search done is because everybody wants a global search in Mattermost. And that'll be good press for Dig Life and the social ledger if we're doing a global search. One of the gotcha features of Mattermost. You set up all these teams, and then you don't know which team to search in when you're looking for something.
Yeah, I've run into the problem already.
Right.
I've tried to figure out ways to go back to the first message in a channel so I can see all the messages, but that doesn't work either for quite a few reasons.
You want to help me work on the search?
Sure, if that's the most important thing, I'll do what I can, but you know what my limitations are.
Yeah. Well, I had a problem with the bridge, and was it John Grant?
Yes.
Was able to fix the problem, foresee the problem, and what
nice.
And it was something I had, already tried, but apparently there was another problem at the time, so it didn't help. But trying it again, obviously, something was set to true. He said it to false, and it worked. But so I mean, he didn't have to know anything. He did. I have to know about it. I don't know if you ever looked at PHP, but I don't think you'll have any trouble parsing it.
I don't think so. It doesn't scare me.
Yeah,
what's it like?
It's sort of a C-like language, but
yeah, I can do it.
It's just your variables always have a $sign in front of them.
Okay.
But it's pretty powerful. It's
well, just tell me when you're going to work on it, and I'll try to help out.
Yeah. Yeah, that's a higher priority. So after the holochain meeting, I guess, although he hasn't replied to me about the meeting.
Oh, yeah, things are kind of slow right now. I'm going to post on Discord to see if I can get another manager in here so we can get a vote on this.
I don't think you're gonna find one in Discord.
I won't.
No.
No, you need to find either Leah, Plant Eater, Ken Williams, and he's not coming, or
HJ.
HJ.
HJ might come. Lapin, Sept.
Okay. So I guess the other cooperations are the meta maps. I want to connect the channel with that. Holochain. Now I don't know what our cooperation with Holochain is supposed to be about now. I think they're having an upcoming sale of some kind of a Holo machine.
Yeah, I'm trying to stay up to speed with them, but they're moving pretty fast.
I mean, I don't know I don't think it was that expensive. I mean, I'll pre-order a Holo machine.
How much was it? I never saw it.
I have to look at it. We should know.
I mean, ballpark. Is it 1,000 or 5,000?
I thought it was like under 200 for them.
Oh my gosh.
But I may be remembering it wrong. There's just too many things going on. Too many balls
Yeah.
here. I think the MetaMaps is just really exciting. And we have the Slack integration to convert to Mattermost, which is another priority. The Holochain Slack interface. Well, maybe if we can whip out the search, we can start on the other one.
Are you hearing all this stuff that I'm hearing?
Yeah, we'll hear Bob typing.
Oh, no, that's not what I'm hearing. So it's okay. I'm hearing all the conversations in the Discord channel because I've got it turned on audio, and I was afraid you were hearing it too.
Oh, no, we're not hearing that.
Good.
So people use voice on
no, it's text to voice, and I turn it on, and it gives me another social ledger feedback type of thing. Because every time anybody types anything on Discord, I hear it in my headphones, translated to voice.
Right. Out of channel. So the other thing going on is we investigated um,
You see the light doing this every year.
daps.info, is it? Where is it?
Daps.tools or
Daps. Uh, and this was, oh, shoot. I can't even type it. Um, okay, it says command line friendly tools for blockchain development. Seems to be more than that. um, they have DAPSIS here, which is the safe, simple, flexible building blocks for Ethereum contracts. And they sort of lie here. DS token, a generic EIP20, right? EIP20 coin. Okay, it's an ERC token. And it includes a trust model and whitelisting, which we want for Divvy DAO.
yeah.
Now we're using mini-me tokens. Now mini-me is a control token. DS token is not. But it has a really nice interface. It supports the ERC20 interface. Trusted function, trust function, has the standard approved transfer from, has a push and a pull, which the sides of a transaction. It just has a little better interface. move from one count to another is a move operation. So it's just it's mostly just better function names, more for the regular functions of an ERC20 token, plus the extra functions, which include a mint operation and a burn operation. And it has a set name function. It looks like it doesn't have some things that you would expect it to have. I mean, it has it.
Like what?
No, I guess it has everything. I didn't see the symbol in decimals initially, which it would obviously have to have. So I've been having talks with what's her name from here's Robert. I don't see it. Am I frozen? Let's see.
While you're in Facebook there, send Joe Blankenship a message. Tell him we need his address.
I got his.
Oh, you did? Okay.
That's why he's at the top of my list.
All right, then I can take him off the list.
Yeah. He's the guy I got. The idea. What? How in the world did I get here? I clicked on it. Yeah, I'll go most. There, I didn't make it. I just am trying to find my recent chat. Okay, this is the one. And she's the head of a space cooperative. I can't find it. Jeez. Should have made notes. Co-founder at Space Cooperative. In any case, Space Cooperative is developing a DAO, and they're using the DS apps. Well, they're investigating it anyway, same as we are. And so I've been talking to them about using it. And there's a lot of interesting overlap in the DAO. And let me put this in the agenda. Never mind. I guess I just type here.
Yep, that'll work.
And I wanted to link to the DS tools. Tools. I'll just link to this. Oops. Okay. We may want to use DS tokens for project tokens. What I'd really like to do is create a controller for mini-me tokens that supports the supporting token interface. That would be ideal, but the problem is developing that. But the DS token may be a good, looking at their model of funding for the Space Cooperative. It seems like it makes sense to cooperate with them. And try to find a common solution. I've also, talking to Gibbeth about it. There's certain problems with the Gibbeth charitable organization architecture. Not really problems. Well, yeah, it's a problem in that their reward system, I think, only supports ETH. But it handles the top level. You know, that's really for the donations into the system, so that should be ETH, and our token stuff is underneath that. And the other important part of that is the DS. Just copy this whole thing. So it's been a whirlwind of cooperations here. And the connection with Space Cooperative came through HILO, which is supposed to be a cooperation of 20 cooperative organizations that ended up being a communication tool that's not all that great. But it's, you know, it functions. And if it you know, and maybe it can interoperate.
Jim, what's going on with the Dig Life Collective right now? There's zero activity over there, and are they having some sort of holiday that we don't know about?
What was it? There was a lot of reasons that people were going to be away,
Oh,
but I can't remember.
okay. Nothing specific, just a lot of different.
Yeah, but yeah, there was probably the attendance in the meeting will be light for the rest of the week, I think. They're sort of planning to have like an open meeting instead of having an agenda for Wednesday because so many people are away or something.
All right, why don't we wrap this up?
Sounds good.
I went first last time. Jim, you can go first this time. Reflections on the meeting.
Oh, disappointed at the turnout. I think that, you know, if you know, when I look at the, you know, the content in the Divvy Mattermost, I don't see a lot of quality content there, and I'm really really need to be responsible for leading it more rather than being spread so thin across so many communities. I think the turnout here shows me that I need to devote more effort to Divvy. In a sense, Divvy is a glue that, and it was designed to be glue, from the scenario community managers. Wanted to be independent of the project and still, not be controlled by the project. Sort of.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that's the best role that Divvy can play. It goes back to this whole bridging the communities things. Can these people cooperate? Why? There's so many people from so many cooperative organizations with similar dreams in high-low, and yet they don't cooperate. And everyone feels justified in not cooperating. And for some reason, the cooperations languish, they fail. We have some nurturing, some incubating cooperations here between Big Life and Power Chain and MetaMaps and Space Co-op. Can we succeed where it's failed before in us collaborating because we all need the same things?
All right, Gary, reflections on the meeting?
Good meeting. I'm disappointed in the turnout, like Jim. Yeah, I don't quite know how this thing's gonna coalesce and work like we all think it should. That's a strange. My screen freezes at weird times. Yeah, I like the fact that we were able to state what our most important directions are.
All right. And
this issue of quorum, not sure I quite understand or agree with all that, but
well, it's just the quorum issue is just for manager decisions. I mean, that's just that's a governance thing. We don't need a quorum here. We can have this meeting with 2 people. We can have this meeting with 20 people. But in order to spend Divvy money or spend Divvy tokens, which have some vague representation of money someday,
okay.
The Divvy DAO limited organization requires that the managers agree. So.
Okay, I'll just add that Robert.
And there are 5 of us. We just need 3 of us to agree.
I want to add that Robert Best just posted a link that the meeting will start in 5 minutes.
All right. Well, we're just about wrapping up. So my reflections, I got to use the ditto phrase this time. I think the content and the discussions that we're having at these last couple meetings is really good. But it would be so much better if more people were hearing it and participating and acting on it. So we end up with this preaching to the choir kind of problem sometimes with these.
All right. Well,
Yeah, the first thing the three of us do is complain that we're all too busy to get anything done, and then we talk about all the stuff that needs to get done. Yeah.
And why won't somebody else come here and do what we need to do?
Right. Yeah.
well, so
All right.
little by little, things are getting done.
Yep.
Just tedious at this point. When
Yep.
it could explode if people say jump on the vision.
Yeah. All right. So I guess that wraps it up. We're going to call it a day at 11 o'clock. Jim, you can kill the recording and start.